What is happening, people? Welcome back to another episode. Another week, another dose of Delboy, and today we are in the know with Jet Marshall. What's happening, brother?
I'm alright, man. You?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. I'm not too bad. You know, we're currently on lockdown. I wish I was on holiday, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. This weather is killing me, fam.
Same thing.
Weather's honestly, I'm just tired of being here, man. Honestly, I'm used to being every year, innit? So the fact that I've to leave the country, I'm just stuck in my room playing PlayStation, not being able to go.
I've basically been the same, but it's just shit.
It's actually crazy, man. Actually crazy. So for those who don't know Jet Marshall, who is Jet Marshall?
A 22-year-old who's angry at anything and probably kick the shit out of anyone.
That's what you call an intro, man. So before we even get into like the meat and bones of the interview, I like to do like a little icebreaker to kind of like get to know a bit about you outside of wrestling. So my icebreaker this week is, if you were to be a character on any Netflix show, what Netflix show would you be a character
on? Shit. I mean, ain't really a character, but I'd say South Park.
Yeah.
South Park's one of those fun things, man. You can be like any character, I'd say, but if it's one character, I'd be Kenny, just to get killed over and over again. You know what I mean? Just experience that shit.
Yeah, nah, probably hear you. So let's get into it. Jet Marshall, 22-year-old professional wrestler. You obviously started wrestling. I'm guessing you started watching wrestling at a very, very young age. What was that moment?
Yeah. I can't really remember because I've got shit memory.
Yeah.
I think I started watching wrestling around, might have been 7 or 8, just before I started primary school.
Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio, for like other like small wrestlers, everyone loves Rey Mysterio. And like if you ask anyone now, they'll end up saying Rey Mysterio's like the inspiration of whatever. That's really it. I did look towards Rey Mysterio, but that was like till I got older. Then I watched like Jericho and whatever. Mainly Jericho because like he's got hands down on the mic. For like you can feel like the energy, what Jericho will say, and it pops everyone really. But mainly Jericho and Mysterio's my inspiration for that.
That's proper sick. Because for me personally, Chris Jericho is like my favorite wrestler of all time. So
yeah,
so
a few people will end up saying that.
Yeah. So when you say that, you know, you look up to it warms my heart, because for me, obviously growing up, everybody wanted to be a wrestler. So when I growing up, Chris Jericho was someone that I looked at and I said, yeah, if I'm to become a wrestler, it'd probably be someone like him or around that realm of like character or even in ring star. And even from watching a few of your matches, I do see a bit of the Rey Mysterio-esque in terms of like, you're very fast. You're very, very fast. And even in watching some of your matches, there's someone that when I was watching your matches, like the name kept like, it didn't come into my head, but then it like snapped to me ASAP, and it was like Chris Sabin. A lot of your style reminds me of Chris Sabin, the Alex Shelley, a lot of like the TNA Impact kind of like X Division style. Did you grow up watching that kind of wrestling as well?
I would say so, yeah, but I didn't really got my inspiration from like Sabin or Shelley or whatever. I'd say I got it from like Low-Key, Homicide, CM Punk and Samoa Joe, like a few of Impact, but also a bit of Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor as well, yeah, because even in some of the matches I've seen as well, you're very like hard hitting. Even your entrance, like the way you come out, it does kind of remind me of Homicide. Like you just have this brash. It's safe to say you don't give a fuck. Like it's literally it. Like like there's even I can't remember what match it was. You went into, I think was it a commentator? You went into his wallet, just trying to look for money.
Oh, you know what? That was actually El Ligero. That was Ligero unmasked.
Okay.
And I exposed him, the bitch. Fuck him.
Oh shit! So, how did you get your start in wrestling? Like, when did you first start training?
I started training, I think, beginning of 2017.
Okay.
And I was doing work or whatever. And I was just doing note on weekends or whatever, I was bored. And then I thought, you know what, screw it. I want to become a pro wrestler. So I've looked for a few schools or whatever. The nearest one to me was UK Wrestling or UKW, for whoever knows. And I just started from there. Really.
Where's the school? Where is it based?
It's based in like Dewsbury. It's like Batley, but it's near Dewsbury or whatever. But that's where it is. It's mainly in Yorkshire.
Okay. All right. So you've inquired about this new school, and then how do you remember how your first day of training was?
Yeah. I think when I got there, I met a wrestler called Ellis Barker, and he taught me how to take bumps, hit the ropes, how to do this, here to do that, and another wrestler as well. I think his name was Cal Morehouse at the time. He don't wrestle anymore, but Morehouse was like, back then he was a sesh head all the time. So he'd come up to me and saying, "Oh, we're gonna plan a 5-minute match." I was like, "Okay." So we were doing it or whatever, and just before it, Ellis says, "Yo, Elliot, beat him up, will you?" I was like, all right. So I started beating the hell out of Morehouse. And Ellis looked at me like, "Jesus Christ, man, calm down." Like, nah, screw that guy. So, yeah, that's how my first session went.
Yeah. So I was literally just about to ask you, like, how was it taking your first bump? And I'm already hearing that you're already beating people up.
I mean, take my first bump. Oh, yeah, like whoever takes the first bump, it's terrible. It's really terrible, really. But I think as soon as you get used to it, it's just one of those things. You just got to take it or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's fair enough. So in terms of like the transition from your first training session to now having your first match, were you still training as you were heading into your first match, or had you already, like, let's say you trained for like a year and then you said just to yourself, you know what, I think I'm prepared, let's have a match?
I think I was, oh my God, I think I was doing 2 junior shows, which are like, normally the families are there just to watch the kids to watch wrestlers or whatever. And I think I did 2 of them, and then they put me on, and about 6 months after, they put me on the main show with Leon Slater and Billy O'Keefe. Okay. And that was like my first match.
And I feel like, from what I've seen, you and Leon Slater, you guys have had a few matches together, haven't you?
We've had a few matches, yeah. We've had them, we've had one against each other, but we've always been tag team or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
Man, and let's even take a delve outside of wrestling a little bit. I went onto your Twitter media to kind of like pre a lot of your, like, just to see what the kind of stuff you tweet, and you have a very, I'm not gonna lie to you, you have a tattoo that I was planning to get this year, but obviously due to COVID I couldn't get it. And it is the Killing Joke.
Oh, the Killing Joke one.
The Killing Joke, yeah. So
yeah.
For those who don't know what the Killing Joke is, would you like to explain to them?
It's basically a comic that it's basically like a backstory to Joker of whatever, how he became, well, from becoming a normal worker to going broke. Then he has to help these 2 guys or whatever. Then he gets into Ace Chemicals to steal something or whatever. And then he gets into that acid or whatever. Then he turns insane. But for anybody, everybody should read it, really. Whoever's into that shit.
Yeah, no, proper. So would you say, are you really into comics? Like, would you say comics have kind of like helped develop you into the type of character you have, or is that just something separate?
No, that's just something separate, really. I never really thought of taking something from a comic book or put it in wrestling. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Oh, so what would you say has kind of inspired you, or in terms of like how you present yourself in wrestling, or is that just you? Are you just that type of person that's just brash and you just don't give a fuck? I mean, it seems like it, to be fair.
I'd say it's no, like I'd say it is a bit of character, but it's just me just doing it. That's something that I've never described of how I can do it in the ring. Like I'll just go out there and just do whatever, like what I did with Ligero when I looked through his wallet. That was like on purpose. I didn't give a shit. That was literally on purpose.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff I do is literally on purpose. But sometimes when I watch myself, I mean, I can't watch myself wrestle because
how come?
It just makes me cringe. Like if I took a photo with someone and it had me in the photo, I just be like, nah, I'm not interested in that. Nah.
Yes. So what? You don't even go back to like watch matches just in case, like, you know, just to see what you've done right, what you maybe could improve on.
I'd say I'd watch it once and then I'll end up remembering it.
Okay.
Then I'll end up forgetting it the next day. I've got a crap memory.
That's probably it. Your entrance music, what inspired that?
Oh my God. I had to look for a few fast-paced hip-hop beats. The one that I found was like a bit of a Denzel Curry type beat.
Yeah.
But I'm going to change it anyway to a Wu-Tang Clan type beat.
Yeah.
And I found one there, so I'm going to use that one.
Okay. So did you grow up on hip hop, or like talk to me more about that?
I grew up around more classical hip hop or whatever.
Okay.
With NWA, Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, Wu-Tang, whoever. I mean, so I grew up with a lot of that round, really.
Oh, wicked. Do you listen to any like rap artists now, or do you just strictly stick to the more older OG stuff?
I mean, I do listen to the new stuff, but then it's like it's not as good as the original stuff back in the day. But it is what it is at the end of the day, really.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. Here's another question for you: Method Man or Redman?
Who?
Method Man or Redman?
Oh. Method all the way.
All right, cool. Ice Cube or Eazy-E?
No. Oh. Shit. There's some real OGs right there.
You gotta pick one.
Eazy-E.
I think I've asked a few people this, and you're the first person I've heard say Eazy-E.
Oh, really?
I think you're the first person I've heard.
I think Eazy-E is more entertaining than Ice Cube, really.
That's 100. But I mean, yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I feel like if Eazy-E was still here now, he'd probably be doing a lot of acting. So,
I'd probably say the same thing, but mind you, he was a dope dealer back in the day before NWA.
Yeah.
So he'd probably be still doing that instead of doing movies. I mean, he'd probably be producing them, but not be in them or whatever.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So, in terms of like wrestling shows, have you what promotions have you worked for?
I've worked for UKW, Blackout Wrestling, and 4GW on camps.
Okay, and I'm guessing do you have hopes to? I'm sure you do have hopes to working abroad. So maybe like somewhere in Europe or Japan or America. Like, do you see yourself in any of those places, or do you strictly want to like conquer? Because I know a lot of people, they want to conquer the UK first before heading out. But I mean,
yeah.
What's your take?
I'd say I don't know. That's really a question. I'm not really a big fan of like going to different countries and traveling, because I'm not really a traveling person, really.
Okay.
But I would like to do some more shows around the world, really.
Yeah.
Just as probably like Japan. Japan's a bit like it's a whole different place, Japan, where it's all quiet and everybody will just pop for stuff, and then they'll get really into it.
Yeah. Do you watch a lot of Japanese wrestling?
I used to, but I've kind of died down on it, and I've started watching like old school ECW, also GCW as well.
Yeah.
That stuff is like insane.
And any wrestlers in GCW that you're a fan of, that you potentially... I could see you against someone like Alex Zane or Christian Blake.
Oh my God, yeah. I'd probably like to face those guys, man.
I feel like...
They were like... when I saw Zane's 630 on the Backyard show,
crazy.
That popped me huge.
Absolutely
that
crazy.
Just popped me huge.
Absolutely crazy. And especially with like GCW, they cater to that kind of like faster style of wrestling and those high spots and bumps. I feel like that if you were to go ahead against one of those two, or even because they do a lot of multi-man matches over there as well. So if you were to just get a threat match with them, that'd be absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Are you watching any WWE at the moment, or NXT or AEW?
I watch AEW. I don't watch WWE or NXT.
Oh, how come?
Like that. WWE, like main roster WWE, is boring as hell. That's just it's just bland as hell.
Yeah.
NXT's alright now and then, but something about AEW is just totally different.
Yeah.
It's a different atmosphere where everybody's not. I mean, they don't have a script when they're doing promos. Like if you watch Eddie Kingston's promos,
unreal.
They're the best ones going. Where everybody in NXT will probably be scripted, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. Any favorite wrestlers in AEW at the moment?
I'd say Eddie Kingston's the main one, but also I do love Pac.
I'm so happy he's back.
Oh, so am I, man. I'm glad he's back. He's probably the best wrestler going there, I'd say. But
I think, like even when he left WWE, I just felt like at that time, I was just like, WWE completely blew it, because from when he transitioned into that character, I just felt like this character is absolutely money. Like this is someone that could go from the cruiserweights, and you can shoot him straight to the main title, and it will be very, very believable. And it's just a shame they didn't see anything more than just being a cruiserweight, and which is shocking.
Yeah, my God, it was like he's probably one of the top heels going, who can tell a story. I mean, his promos are alright; they're pretty decent, but his in-ring work is just on top. Like every time he does a move, it's snappy,
precise, position just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Nah, that's I'm up. Yeah, when I saw his promo when he was coming back, I was just like, thank God, because I had a feeling he might be coming back. Because at the time, I think maybe the week before, Pete Dunne had returned to the US for NXT. So
for the normal NXT.
Yeah, so I was thinking, oh, okay, cool. So if he could fly back to the US, surely there's a possibility that Pac can come back to the US. And then when they announced it, that he's got an announcement, and then he's done the promo, just the promo alone, I was just like, this is what we need. We absolutely need this. And I feel like with him and Pac and Eddie Kingston now getting into a program, I feel like it's 100% needed. It's good to just give these two a mic, then give them a ring, and then the rest is absolutely history.
Yeah. I'd say the same thing as well. Like I loved the Kingston and Moxley. That was literally like that. I thought that shit was fucking real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's what I prefer about wrestling, is making it look real.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't do it now. I mean, because it's just wrestling at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to make it fucking real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I think for me that's one of the reasons why I look like that's why I even wanted to still do this interview with you, even from watching your matches. And like, I watch you and I feel like you do things with such a conviction, and you just have this brash attitude where you don't care. It's like for me, I see that and I just look at you, I just see you, and I'm like, that has to be you. Like, that's just how you are as a person. Like, you just say it how it is. If you want to punch someone in the jaw, you're going to punch someone in the jaw because that's just how you feel. And I feel like that tends to be missing in wrestling a bit because, of course, it's wrestling at the end of the day, and it's not everybody's going to have that kind of style or look to wrestling for that kind of thing. But sometimes I feel like when people are able to do that, you should always just appreciate them and just give them their flowers. That's why someone like Shibata in New Japan, I always appreciated everything that he done, because the conviction and he just wanted to make things real. Like, that's what I loved.
Oh, yeah. I'd say him and Suzuki as well. Suzuki, you can't fuck with Suzuki, man.
Yeah.
Like, the guy will fuck you up, man.
That's literally it. No matter how old he is, he can be 60, and for him, it's just like...
Yeah, he'll probably kill you.
Age is just a number to me, because I've been doing this, so, it's just a matter of... So, I have nothing else to say about that. That's actually crazy, man. But yeah, I am proper enjoying AEW. I think AEW, I feel like people don't give AEW enough slack. I feel like people forget it's only a year old, so people expect
it still needs a lot of work.
100%.
Yeah, but I think the problem is with AEW, you just put like the best mates over. They'll put Cody, the Young Bucks, and hell, even Omega over. Like, that's mainly the best mates. Yeah. I think everybody's seen being elite. They're just all mates or whatever.
Yeah, no, I do think there is it's not an issue, but there's a few other stars that I do think they could put over instead of like, I just feel it just seems like there's like a massive circle of people that they want to potentially get over first rather than... Yeah.
That's why he kind of just seemed like that. Yeah.
And also the AEW Dark is too long now. Like, I stopped watching it because it's like, it went from being like 4 matches in an hour to now being like 30 matches. And I'm just like, I don't have time for this. I honestly don't have time for this. Honestly, don't have time.
Most of the matches are way too long now. They'll either be like 20 minutes, they'll either be like half an hour long. And it's like, is it needed for this?
There's not that many really like classic, like not even classic, but the generic TV matches where it's like quick 4 or 5 minutes. We're just gonna get in, get out. The match does what it needs to do to kind of like put this person over, tell a story, move on. Rather now, it's just like we have to do 20-minute, 30-minute barn burner main event matches, and it's like it's very hard to keep up with it sometimes. Like the pacing of it every week, watching 20-minute matches, it's just like, it's a bit too much sometimes.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It kind of needs to calm down. That's all it needs to do.
Yeah, 100% agree. So obviously, we're still in the pandemic now. We had the lockdown earlier this year. Well, we had the lockdown earlier this year, March. After the lockdown was cancelled, did you get to wrestle match, or are you still haven't wrestled yet? I've just been training.
I think I hadn't wrestled since... I can't remember. It might have been just March when Blackout just happened.
Yeah.
And then I was about to do UKW, and I completely slacked that off because I didn't really want to do it.
Yeah. And no matches, and that's it. I was chatting to someone earlier before, and I was just like, it's a shame that wrestling events aren't going to be happening as often as they used to, because not everybody has the luxury to be able to do events without fans.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a very weird shift for a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah. It's similar to, it's like, I don't know if anybody watches Impact, but Impact have like zero crowd.
Yeah, it's like, I know Impact, but it's weird to watch.
It's really weird to watch Impact, but it's just really weird.
Yeah, Are you like, how are you finding not being able to wrestle? Like, you just, it is what it is.
I hate it. I hate it. I've done nothing for nearly a year, man.
That's crazy.
It's crap. But I'm hoping that wrestling does get itself back up.
God willing, man. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We need to, man, because I miss going to the shows, man. Honestly, I honestly miss going to the shows, and it's just like, you could tell, even like when watching WWE, like when the lockdown first happened, like you could see like wrestling is so weird without crowds. Like, it's very like 70% of it is based off crowd interaction. So for there to not be any crowd, it's just
yeah. It is really weird. But it's like there's like a few companies who will end up putting fans in there. Like AEW, they'll have a few fans in there. Not as much now, but they'll put a few fans in there. And also like GCW, they'll have like sanitizing stations or whatever.
Yeah.
And normally it's all outside is GCW.
Yeah.
So they're all in like a safe space and everybody's in their bubble or whatever.
Yeah, I think hopefully if UK promotions could potentially go towards that route, and if it's something that is feasible for them, then I feel like potentially wrestling shows could potentially come back. But then that just goes to show that not a lot of people will be able to get to go to these shows, because I'm sure it's going to be limited people. You're going to have to be in a certain bubble. Because even with the GCW shows, I'm sure it's not more than 200 people at these shows.
Yeah, it must have been I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
It must be at least about at least 80 people there now.
Yeah.
Or maybe less, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, we can only just hope and pray that, things get back to normal, or there's some sort of like advancement where people can at least start attending shows safely. And, I feel like they could potentially do this thing where with concerts, they're going to have, if you want to go to concerts, you have to have like a negative COVID test result. So, I mean, that could possibly be the solution for it. But how many people do you know are going to actually want to take the test? I heard the test is horrible. So, I mean,
yeah.
So just to wrap things up, I like to do something called set the scene. So I'm going to let you set the scenario for me. So it is your dream venue at your dream pay-per-view against your dream opponent for let's say the GCW championship.
Okay.
Who are you facing? Where's the venue and what event is it?
I'll start with the venue. I'd say the venue would be probably somewhere in the UK, maybe into an O2 Academy, somewhere near maybe Manchester or even Leeds.
Yeah.
The person facing, I mean, you want Nick Gage? I like to face him.
That would be something.
You know what I mean?
MDK, that would be something.
Yeah, that would be something. What else was there?
The event.
Venue and the event. Oh, that depends what they come up with, really. Because I'd say Joey Janela's Spring Break, just to be set in the UK.
Jet Marshall's Spring Break.
No, not having that. Nah. Not having a pay-per-view on me now.
You're main eventing, so you might. You're main eventing, so you might as well.
All right, yeah, do it.
Fuck it, might as well, man. Man, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, my bro. Honestly, it's been proper sick, man. Would you like to plug your socials, let people know where to find you?
My Twitter is JetMarshallPW. My Instagram is JetMarshallPW. I'm more onto Instagram.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to know about that. But that's my two social medias. Go follow me if you want.
Make sure
and then DK all day.
Make sure you guys follow him. You're something else, man. Make sure you guys follow him. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Wow.